He said some stuff.
Yo, did you guys see the stuff about Liver King?
Oh my
Joe
gosh.
Rogan?
Great way to start.
What am I watching like on this guy's Instagram?
Bro, he's off the rails.
He's posting crazy stuff.
No, I think I have some theories.
Yeah, there's got to be a motive.
Well, no, I think it's like he went too far with the hallucinogenics.
Oh, you think it's like bad like that?
Yeah, I think it is.
That'd be crazy.
Because like the way he's speaking and stuff, it's so different.
Yeah.
And it like doesn't make sense. You can't track him or follow him, and it's just like it's weird.
Yeah.
And he's like saying stuff like we're gonna fight.
Yeah.
And like it's like what are you saying? Like,
yeah.
But it's not like tracking. Like it would be fun. It would be a whole thing if it was like a bit that he's like building it up and stuff. But the way he's explaining it, it's like, hey brother, he's not really like. It's not as coherent. Like, you know what he's getting at, but it's not like a coherent thing. So I think he went too far on the psychedelics.
Could be.
That stuff will jack with you, like, if you do too much.
For sure.
Yeah.
I know.
And he was obviously talking. I mean, in the one interview with Logan Paul, he was saying he was doing like
an eighth every Saturday.
I thought he was saying how much is an eighth? Because he was saying it was like 7 or 8 grams or something. Or maybe it was.
Isn't
it was a lot. It was like 10 times more than like the normal person.
Yeah, I'm sure he does a lot. I don't know how many grams are in an ounce, but yeah, that's not good if that's true. I thought he was just like maybe intentionally acting like that because like everyone's talking about it, but
right.
He does seem off.
Well, it's interesting because a lot of his stuff, he's obviously trying to stir up attention and controversy and stuff, but it seems very polished when he does it, and it seems like when he speaks, I can track it, like what he's getting at, and I'm like, oh, like his ideas are out there, but they're like real ideas.
Oh yeah, he's definitely way off his usual rocker.
Right, but now I'm like, I think he did too much. I think it'll you do too much of that stuff, and it'll
for sure
destroy your brain.
Yeah. Keep you in that zone.
We did just go to jail for like a day, and then they released him.
Yeah, so, what was that about?
Well, he said he was going to go to Austin to Joe Rogan and like attack him, basically. And then the police were like, "Did you see this, Joe? Or you feel threatened?" He was like, "Yeah, this guy's psycho." And then they arrested him and put him in an ankle monitor and stuff, and like he can't be within 200 yards of Joe Rogan.
I mean, he does have access to a lot of weapons, so.
I don't think it was like that crazy yet, but I think that he like wanted to fist fight him for some reason, which was weird because he, for a long time, like wanted to get on Joe Rogan and this and that, and then Joe was obviously like kind of crapped on him for being a liar and whatnot, and like he was one of the first guys that was like, this dude's 100% on steroids, like he was very outspoken about it, and so I think that a wire came loose in his brain and. He's like mad at Joe, and he's like,
plus Joe would rock him.
Joe would spinning heel kick him in the temple. KO.
How long do you think the fight actually lasts? Well, Liver King against Joe Rogan.
He's he's super fit, and he's like, does train jiu-jitsu. He trains, I think. Obviously he trains strength training, but I think he also does some combat training, like some jiu-jitsu training or something. So I don't think he would be out there.
He's going spinning back kick to the liver in 10 seconds.
He's going to get killed, but I think he can I don't know.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah.
I can't believe that
killed, but he's not an untrained guy completely.
Yeah. But I can't believe I told you guys from the jump that he was on steroids, and you guys were like, no.
Wow, that's how you're gonna do your boy.
That's
you're really switching up.
What's
on
the
him
next
like
topic we're talking about?
Remember when you were doing the freaking workouts? And
I stand by that. That was hard as heck, bro.
Yeah, you were doing his protein, which was fire.
No, I was not doing his protein.
You did his protein, and you were doing the freaking, what was the workout called?
The barbarian
workout, and you were freaking posting about it and stuff like that.
You did post about it. You did.
Posting,
bro. It was hard as heck. It was
I believe you.
One of the hardest workouts I've ever done in my life.
Well, yeah, I mean, you have to be in support of your boy,
bro. I picked up the dumbbells and I walked like literally 10 feet, and I was like, I have to do a mile. It was like, it was hard, bro. I really had to like tap into that. And then I should have realized like right then and there after like, I think it took me like an hour and a half. I should have realized like, this dude's on steroids.
Yeah. You were out for like a few days after that.
Yeah, it was tough, bro. And I also went directly into a 3-day fast.
Yeah. What is the workout? It's like a mile with...
It's like you have dumbbells. I think it was like 70-pound dumbbells.
It was like half your body weight or something.
Yeah. You basically have your whole body weight dispersed into weights. So you're pulling a sled. You have dumbbells. You have ankle weights. You have weights on your wrists. And then you're wearing like a chest weight.
So it's basically double your body weight.
Pretty much.
And you have to walk a mile.
Yeah.
Dang.
Yeah.
That's intense. Did you watch the doc?
Not yet.
Bro, it's crazy.
Is it?
Yeah. A lot of the stuff, it's going to be 75, 80% stuff you already know.
Yeah.
But then the others, like 20% that are of stuff that's like, whoa.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Probably getting a lot of views right now.
Has to.
Yeah.
Has to be, yeah.
Netflix is like,
Well, the other thing is I didn't even know it was a thing. I didn't even know it was like a doc. I didn't know he did one.
Yeah.
Bro, but the dude's out there.
Yeah.
I mean, way more than you would expect.
Really?
Way more. Bro, he's out there.
He was really big for a while.
He was the biggest social media influencer, the hottest guy in the world at one point.
yeah,
And maybe not the most, obviously not the most followed or this or that, but like the most
talked about.
and the most popping. Like he was popping the most.
Yeah, it was a good time.
Yeah, it's
Damn,
interesting
Andrew
too
Tate.
because so they interview him and then they interview his whole PR media team.
Oh, really?
Like all the people behind
that's
it.
sick.
Yeah,
Dang.
behind the scenes. And then his like the CEO of his business and all this stuff. And then they talk with like his wife a lot and then it's his kids. It's like very inside
Got it.
of, what's going on. But it's crazy.
Yeah, I bet.
He's such an interesting human being.
Yeah, no, it's pretty wild.
I mean, him against Joe Rogan would be cool, but did you see that Dana's trying to get Zuckerberg to fight Tom Hardy in jiu-jitsu?
Oh, really?
Oh, really?
That'd be
Yeah.
interesting.
That's cool.
Be a good fight.
Yeah, I
Good
think
match.
Tom's won some tournaments and stuff. I don't know how.
Zuck
highly
has too, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think it would actually be a pretty good matchup.
I'd be interested to see that.
Yeah.
Jiu-jitsu.
Me too.
Yeah. Well, they just had their first event last night. It went well.
Yeah, the road to, what would they call it? What was
Well,
it?
it was like the official UFC BJJ won, and Tackett won. I didn't know who the 155 guy was, but Musumeci won. They had Frank Mir's daughter.
Bella.
Oh,
Yeah, she's
a
smoked
dog.
a girl.
Yeah, she's good.
It was like a good event. It was funny that they called it the one announcer called it the pit by accident because they have to say the bowl. And as soon as I heard him say it, I go and check Twitter and Craig Jones is already right on it.
That's funny.
Yeah, but it was good. I think it'll definitely help out the sport.
I think that's a
tremendously.
better system to compete in. Like, or not system, but like a better arena type thing. Like it should all, like fights should be like that too.
That'd be
Yeah.
crazy.
The cage is hard to see through. It's not as realistic.
Yeah.
That would be cool. Yeah.
Yeah.
It is hard to see through.
Yeah. The fights in it, I think there's way more exciting stuff.
Yeah, it'd be more like gladiator-ish too.
Yeah. There's not as much, like once you get on the cage, there's not as like much action,
Yeah.
I feel like. But when I've seen stuff with the little side thing, like, there's more action.
Yeah,
It's exciting.
Like you're the fans are right on top of you.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I also think it's like just easier to watch in general, like than cage fighting.
you can see everything that's going on a lot easier.
That'd be interesting.
Yeah.
Well, it's funny because a lot of them for the first, it was a lot of their first time in that kind of venue. So when they would get their opponent to the wall or like the curve of the bowl, they would just pull them away because they didn't know like how to use it yet.
Yeah.
Really?
So I think it's going to be it's going to be interesting to see how some of the gyms change. 'Cause
Yeah.
they're going to have to add some kind of wall to practice on to get better at
Yeah.
it. So it does add a completely different element.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure.
How did Nolf do?
Not great. So he lost the first match, and it was like he was winning kind of the whole time, and then at the end, the guy like threw up a submission,
Got it.
but he wasn't gonna get it. But it like kind of won the other. It was a close match, and then that won it for the other guy.
Got
So he
it.
lost his first match, but then the guy injury defaulted.
Yeah.
And so then Olaf had to wrestle, or not wrestle, he had to go again, and he lost the tacket.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah,
That's how I saw that.
Yeah. So
that was pretty crazy, that fireman's carry sequence.
Yeah, that was crazy. Yeah. It was weird. I mean, I think it's just experience.
Yeah.
You know, like he's not as experienced, so got put in a position that he didn't really. In wrestling, it's a easy position to score, and the jiu-jitsu not so much. So
yeah, he'll figure it out.
Yeah, for sure.
I mean, Tackett's super good. I mean, he won.
Yeah, he's like probably one of the best guys in the world. Top 3 guys in the world. Yeah.
At the 170 division, I mean, there's no one better than him right now if you think about it in the UFC.
Yeah.
In terms of jiu-jitsu.
champion.
Yeah, he's the champ. So he's undefeated, undisputed, number one.
That's a cool idea.
Yeah.
A lot of other big things happening this past week. I don't know if we'll leave this in, but Bo Bassett decommitted from Iowa.
Yeah, bro.
That's crazy.
We can definitely leave this in.
Did he call you? Is the question.
No, he didn't.
That's pretty crazy. So
it is crazy.
They said it's because they wouldn't let him train at the RTC.
Yeah. So basically, there are other schools that are having guys flown in and paying for living arrangements for them to train at their RTC, which is illegal. And the Bassets asked Iowa to do the same thing for them, and they said no because it's illegal. They're not going to break the rules. But yeah, I mean, you can kind of extrapolate the data on who would be doing that if you just put some pieces together. So, they have high school kids training at their RTC. Doesn't really make sense. Maybe the NCAA should look into that. But
interesting.
Yeah.
Why is it like such a bad thing for that to happen?
Why is it illegal? Why is it a bad thing, or why is it illegal?
Why is it illegal?
So the rule is you can train at an RTC, but you have to live within 250 miles of that RTC.
Got it.
Right? So if you live in Johnstown, you can train at Penn State, right? Which is where they live, right? But if you live in Johnstown, you can't train in Stillwater. But if you want to train in Stillwater and a donor buys an apartment for you, they think that that's legal, when in reality, it's not, because you're not allowed to pay high school kids NIL money, which they're doing. So, they got a donor to buy him an apartment, so now he's within the radius of being able to train at the RTC.
Right.
So they're breaking a rule to get past another rule.
So
and nobody's calling anybody out on it. But
when can they officially get paid, though?
I don't know. I don't know when it is.
Because that's the only.
But you definitely can't do it
while they're still in high school.
well, you can't do it. These kids haven't even started their senior year, so I'm not sure when the crossover point is, but it's definitely not now. So that's something I'm not educated on. So I should look into that.
Got it.
Yeah, I'm curious to see when because there's got to be a clear line on when they can't. Come to official practice, right?
Well, they can't do any official practices while they're in high school. They have to be on the team to do official practices. But they can do RT. Where it gets muddled is the regional training center stuff.
Got it.
So if you qualify, you have to qualify for a regional training center. So you have to be a state placer is the qualification process.
Or Fargo or
Fargo All-American, blah, 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 this, that. There's a bunch of different ways to do it. So it's not hard. But in addition to that, you have to live in a certain vicinity of the area. And so Iowa was basically we can't have you train with us because you don't live within the area. So yeah. But Bassett's were well, why not? Because other people are doing that.
Got it.
And so then it all blew up.
Props to Iowa.
Yeah, no, I respect that a lot.
I didn't expect that.
Yeah, you got to respect that. I mean, I think that they're trying to do things the right way. So, they said, no, we're not going to do that.
Yeah. That concept's kind of an age-old rule bender, right? Even with high school football, where there's school lines and they would buy a fake apartment or house or
that's happened for a long time where people want to play sports at in a certain school district, so they get an apartment or use whatever address from this or that stuff happens all the time. Yeah, especially in other sports. I think, I mean, wrestling, it obviously happens, but I think other sports as well. So
is he going to Oklahoma State or what?
I don't know, man. I don't know. I mean, his top list was, I think, Penn State, Nebraska, Oklahoma State. It's hard to say.
Yeah.
I mean, I think that, I think Oklahoma State or Nebraska, it's, who knows though? I mean, you never know what could happen. And I mean, I think that he kind of said that the reason it had nothing to do with the money, and everybody knows like he was getting paid a lot of money at Iowa. So if money isn't the priority, then, who knows where he's going to go. But I feel like, I don't know.
So I just looked it up. So it depends on the state. So if you're, a lot of the NIL deals can get signed before they graduate high school, but until they reach like official high school graduation, they can't like get actually.
They can't get the money.
Funds. No.
So they're way in advance. They're a year in advance.
Yeah, I think it's like the same thing. It's like if you could sign someone to Oregon as a freshman in high school, but that doesn't mean that they have to like
go or do anything.
Do anything. So I wonder how. It's such a. They need better terms, and that'll come with time. But that's so interesting. Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
Some high school.
Now, somebody should make an anonymous report and check into that.
Yeah. Because some high schoolers, especially down south, are getting paid like hundreds of thousands of dollars to transfer schools.
In high school? Really?
In high school. Because, football is such a big sport down there that.
It's pretty crazy.
Yeah, it's going to trickle down.
Yeah.
Elementary schools.
And the public schools have the money.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How's Baby Gronk doing? Speaking of.
It's a good question.
You know Baby Gronk, right? He was like a little football prodigy kid.
Oh, really?
Yeah. But he called himself Baby Gronk.
Oh, he's 12.
He's
Did not
12 now?
Yeah.
No way. He's not. I thought he was 12 like 8 years ago.
That's what Google's saying right now.
It's huge.
Yeah, he's pretty big.
Yeah. I mean, he's got almost 700,000 followers.
Wow.
Yeah.
No, he was talking about his size, I think.
Oh, size. How big is Baby Gronk? 5'8", 160.
As a 12-year-old?
Well, this one says he's 5'8", 160 as a 10-year-old in 5th grade.
Wow. That's pretty big.
So he's probably
that's like as big as you.
Pretty much. That's pretty close.
That's like your size.
5'8", yeah. I'd say that's pretty dead on.
That's crazy.
Football players always boost their stuff, though.
Yeah.
They add a couple inches, add like 15, 20 pounds.
Yeah.
I mean, because they're in cleats, so you automatically get 2 inches.
Yeah, yeah. And then they always, I saw it a lot. Like they would weigh in, they would carry, do like 5-pound plates on each side, like put them in their spandex and stuff.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, bro.
It's like the opposite of wrestling.
It's the opposite, yeah, because they want their numbers to look good for recruits and stuff.
Interesting.
So they're like, 165. They throw in a 5-pound plate on each side. Now they're 175.
That makes sense, though. I get that.
Yeah.
Yeah, we know it makes sense to you.
Yeah.
Bro. Sure you do that.
Yeah. Yeah, you're a stat booster.
Did you see this guy, Speed, the Twitch streamer who's racing everyone?
Yeah.
I've seen that. Yeah.
I want to see him.
He's fast, bro.
He's fast.
I mean, he's beaten a lot of people.
Bro, he smoked that one
Ashton
dude.
Hall.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was going to say Ashton Genty. The NFL running back. Ashton Genty was like a top NFL pick this past year. Tony doesn't watch sports.
Yeah.
He's the best running back in the NCAA.
I did see, is it Adrian Peterson throwing hands with somebody at a poker game?
Yes, bro.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, that was crazy.
Yeah, that was wild.
You know, he boxed Le'Veon Bell not that long ago.
Yeah.
Got knocked out, which made me sad because I love Adrian Peterson.
Yeah, he was cool.
Yeah, he was the man.
Didn't he
Bro,
hit
you know
his
he
kid with a
tore his
stick?
ACL and came back and played a full contact football game in like 6 months and ran for like a 70-yard touchdown.
That's crazy.
Wasn't that that's crazy too? Because
he was an absolute unbelievable just menace on the football field.
Yeah, I think Adrian Peterson's in jail right now.
Well, yeah, he just fought a dude at a poker club. That's what just happened.
He also got beat, which was pretty tough.
Did he get beat?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
By a civilian?
Yeah.
Oh.
No. The dude beat him up?
Not beat him up, but like he won.
Damn.
Yeah. Like he got the better shots in for sure.
Wow.
Yeah.
That sucks.
That does suck.
Yeah. He, that dude's got, I read that dude's like life story once.
Intense.
Crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's got like just a lot of issues.
Yeah.
Yeah. But unbelievable athlete.
Him, Jamal Charles, Chris Johnson, all top running backs back in the. Do you know any of these people, Tony?
I haven't watched it.
Tony doesn't watch sports.
Yeah.
When was it? Are you gonna watch the fights this weekend? Good fights.
Yeah. Ilya. Where is it at?
Vegas.
Yeah, no.
You know, it was great. The Baku card last weekend.
Yeah.
It was at like
3 p.m.
3 p.m.
Yeah, that was nice.
Amazing.
Yeah. Who else is on that card besides Ilya?
It's Ilya. They have Pantoja.
Nice.
Fighting Kai France.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
a good fight.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're all like. I mean, I think that they did a really good. Moicano's on the card.
Against Dariush.
Yes.
Oh, that's a good fight. Yeah. So many people want Charles to win, bro.
This show is sponsored by DraftKings.
It's UFC International Fight Week, and while hotels in Vegas may be sold out, there's still one vacancy left: the lightweight title at UFC 317. Think you know how it goes down? Grab your own crown with DraftKings Sportsbook, the official sports betting partner of UFC. A new champ will be crowned when Ilia Topuria collides with Charles Oliveira for the vacant belt. Plus, Alessandre Pantoja puts his flyweight title on the line against Kai Kara France in a high-stakes co-main event. New to DraftKings Sportsbook? Here's your main event. Bet just $5 and score $150 in bonus bets instantly. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app now and use code BO, that's code BO, for new customers to get $150 in bonus bets instantly when you bet just $5. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. In New York, call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369. In Connecticut, help is available for problem gambling. Call 888-789-7777 or visit ccpg.org. Please play responsibly. On behalf of Boot Hill Casino and Resort, Kansas, 21 plus age and eligibility varies by jurisdiction. Void in Ontario. New customers only. Bonus bets expire 168 hours after issuance. For additional terms and responsible gaming resources, see dkng.co/audio. Now back to the show. Yo, so I went to the camp, the Penn State camps, and I was walking through, and every kid, there was probably like, I don't know how many, 500 kids there. And as they were all asking for pictures, they're like, who you got, Bo? Ilya or Charles? Ilya or Charles? And every single one of them like loved Charles.
Yeah.
Which I was just like, why?
People love him, bro.
Why? He doesn't like. I don't get it.
I don't know.
I mean, I like him. He's cool, but
Yeah.
like, there's a crazy obsession.
yeah.
And he is pretty awesome.
We'd
But
have to ask Zach. I don't know. He's
I mean,
like-
Zach did cry when he lost to Armin. I was there.
Zach cried.
Dude, it was bad.
Dang.
I think he's just like he's got some swagger about him,
Yeah.
and
Cool story.
Yeah, and it like works in his favor that he doesn't speak English because he's like,
Bro, these guys that don't speak English, it 100% works in their favor.
like it is. I think more and more now, if they have like a good,
yeah.
if they have a good personality and like look, you're better off. Like
Don't even
Pereira,
speak.
yeah, better
Yeah.
off.
Yeah.
You should start acting like you.
No English. They're like, what accent is that? I'm like, I don't know.
Yeah, it's weird. It used to hurt guys. Now it creates like a stigma.
It does. It like people love it.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's some good fights on this card. I also like the Joshua Van fight against Brandon Royval.
That's a dope fight. Yo,
Yeah.
I saw the funniest tweet I've ever seen in my life. Brandon Royval and Joshua Van. It was like, somebody tweeted, it was like, Brandon Royval has got 4 inches on Joshua Van. That's crazy. And then Brandon Royval quote tweeted it and was like, yeah, I'm also taller and have a longer reach. I was like, oh. That was good.
That's an all-time tweet.
That was a great tweet. Yeah, that was really good.
When is Pico gonna fight?
In a few weeks.
Yeah, he's fighting Movzar.
Yeah, that's a crazy fight.
Yeah.
That's in Abu Dhabi, I think. Or somewhere over there.
He looks crazy.
Yeah,
cut.
July 26th.
Bro, did you see that picture of him?
Yeah, insane.
Yeah, that's insane.
I mean,
And Jake Paul fights this weekend.
Jake Paul does fight this weekend.
Fights
Chavez.
Chavez. Chavez. Yeah, Jr.
I feel like that hasn't been like marketed at all.
No, I haven't seen it.
I haven't seen it nearly as much either. You know, it's hard. I mean, he's like,
He's fought some huge names.
yeah.
This
He
is
fought
more-
Mike Tyson last. I mean, I
Yeah.
feel like you
Yeah,
can
that
only
fight
go
was marketed
down
a lot. That was pretty crazy.
Yeah.
This is a
Yeah.
big fight, though.
Yeah,
This
more
guy's
of a
pretty
boxing,
good. Oh, yeah.
boxing purist fight.
Yeah, this guy's pretty good. A lot smaller, but really good boxer.
Yeah.
But didn't that guy lose to like somebody like
Silva, right?
Anderson Silva knocked him out or something?
Yeah.
But Anderson Silva's pretty nasty. So, but Jake beat Anderson.
Yeah.
Now I'm thinking about it.
Yeah.
What the heck?
That's probably why people aren't that excited.
That's honestly probably his best win.
Anderson Silva.
Yeah.
That was a good fight to
Anderson
watch.
Silva
too.
is a dog,
Considering he was mainly a kickboxer, Silva.
Yeah, they lost to Anderson Silva. He fought Uriah Hall last July.
Chavez did?
Yeah, he won.
That's a good win.
That's a good win. Trying to see if any of these. I don't know, like one of the last. I don't know any of these people.
That's interesting.
Yeah. Jake ended his podcast, called it quits.
Really? He's done with it?
Yeah. Say he doesn't want to do it anymore.
What did he say?
Say like he didn't like interviewing people.
He didn't like interviewing people?
He was like, I just don't like talking. Like this is not my thing.
I get that.
Huh. That's interesting because I feel like he came up just like making content. So
Yeah.
He probably likes being interviewed.
yeah,
He did actually mention that.
Yeah.
he should just turn his podcast into somebody interviewing him.
Dude, did you see Fanatics Fest? That looked so
It
sick.
looked cool.
No, but I heard Gaethje won a Ferrari.
Yeah.
Is that real?
Yeah. And Tom Brady
In
won
golf.
$1 million.
How?
Golfing.
How?
So they took.
Like a golf tournament.
So this is what. So no. So it was 50 athletes and 50 people compete in like it was a bunch of different
Okay,
events.
but the golf like put him over.
There was it was golf.
Wait,
that
wait.
ended up
So
winning
what was
it.
what is this?
And why were you
gotta
not there?
Bro, are you kidding me? What is
You won a
this?
Ferrari.
Give me a breakdown on this. What is this?
I don't think that there was. And the guy that came in third.
They said it's like Comic-Con for athletes.
Okay.
Yeah.
No, I know what Fanatic Fest is. I just don't know what I don't know what this event thing is that these people are winning $1 million.
Yeah, I heard that it was his golf that helped him win the Ferrari. But I guess it's like a series of
You do a bunch of different challenges and you
Yeah.
can win a Ferrari?
yeah. Tom Brady won $1 million.
Yeah.
Dude, are you kidding me? Get me in there. There's zero chance I'm not winning.
Apparently he's pretty good at golf.
Yeah, he is good.
Yeah.
I've seen him play.
He said he
is
played golf for a year after one of his fights.
Just straight?
His Isaiah fight. Yeah, he didn't train.
Just play golf.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
I'm trying to find what exactly. I know that they did like a hockey one. There was a baseball like throw.
So you had to do a bunch of different athletic challenges.
Yeah.
And then whoever did the best
The score.
cumulative.
They had the punching bag.
Oh my gosh.
The rate your
Dude, you
score.
killed this.
This is like this is
It's like
built
made
for me.
for you.
Yeah, I don't know the exact one. There was a football throwing one too.
Yeah, this is literally built for me.
Dude, to win like a Ferrari is crazy.
Yeah.
To win $1 million of it.
So who won? Tom Brady win?
Tom Brady won it all.
The whole
then
thing.
It was Justin Gaethje, and then it was
Justin
like
Gaethje got second.
yeah, and then it was some like math teacher that won third.
Just random dude.
Random dude won like a LeBron rookie card.
Yeah, 200 grand.
Yeah,
A $200,000 card.
yeah.
That's crazy.
How was Tom Brady invited?
Yeah. What the heck?
Of course, he definitely trained. He definitely like asked the owners like, all right, what do we do?
Yeah, they were like, we're doing golf, football, and
Just like all his favorite
yeah.
things. Yeah.
if you've won 7 Super Bowls, you get a point.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't know that was a thing,
That's cool.
but winning a Ferrari's dope.
That is crazy. I wonder if he'll sell it or just like whip it around.
Yeah.
Dude, I feel like
freaking whip that around.
I feel like you got to keep it. It's a Ferrari.
If I want a Ferrari on a contest for throwing a baseball or whatever,
Yeah.
I would definitely freaking just whip it around. Be like, all right, it's my daily now.
Yeah, for sure. Are we not allowed to talk about? I can't remember what we signed. Are we not allowed to talk about the show since we're not going on?
I don't know.
I don't know.
Frick 'em. Let's talk about it. Did that girl get back to you?
Yeah.
What'd she
said
say?
They closed the application.
How did we not get on there?
I don't know.
What's their problem?
I'm pretty positive we're gonna watch the show and be like, I'm so glad we didn't go on this.
Was it
If they didn't
Survivor?
accept us.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I guess, right?
No, it was some.
We applied for a game show.
Yeah.
Well, we didn't even apply. They suggested us to apply.
Yeah,
How?
this old producer. I may or may not have applied. Actually, I didn't apply then either. This chick reached out to me on Instagram. We have this dating show coming.
This
up.
was like 5 years ago.
Yeah, I don't know what these documents are, bro. I just skimmed through them.
Yeah.
But I don't want them releasing any of my application videos.
You just don't want that to come to light. Oh, I need it. I need it so bad. That's out there somewhere. I have to find it. Oh, I have to. I have to find that.
All right, start over. What? So
Okay, years ago, I got reached out to on Instagram to apply for a dating show.
okay,
And I was like, sure. Applied for the show. They loved me, and they're like, all right, we're going to do this show. And then like a week later, they were like, the network canceled our show. So they were like, but the producer loved you. Like, can we create a show based off of you? And it was like some like weird idea. I was like, what's the idea? They're like, we're basically gonna like have two guys. You're gonna be one of them, and it's gonna be like the millionaire versus the non-millionaire. But the girls aren't gonna know who's who, and they're gonna choose one of you, and then they're gonna basically like find out after to like find out if like they can tell who has the money. I'm like, sure. I'm like, that's not gonna work. and I actually like was like, no, I don't like that idea. So I said no.
Yo, imagine like it's like who's the millionaire and who's not, and you roll out and it's you, and then it's just like some little nerdy guy. And you're like, the girls are like, what the hell?
Yeah,
is this?
I was like, I don't think this is gonna go the way you think.
It's not gonna go the way you think. It's absolutely not gonna go the way you think. Yeah.
So I was like, stupid idea. Fast forward years later, another girl from the same producer company, whatever, reached out and was like, hey, this guy, Chad or whatever, like remembered you from years ago. We're doing this new show. Do you would you be open to applying for this game show? It's going to be what's it called?
Trivia.
Like trivia based. And right when they said that, and they were like, you're going to need a partner. And my wife was listening. And she said partner, like both our eyes lit up, and then they were like trivia, and I was like, and so I was like, it's only one guy to call. And so I was like, yeah, I'm open to it. So I called Bo and I was like, bro, we're finally doing it. We're going on a game show. We need to get our passports. It's in like 3 weeks. And then we applied, like we filled out the application. She was like, yeah, I'm going to put it on the top of the pile. Like they want you. So just, fill it out and do like your intro video. So we both did it and then just never heard back.
are you kidding me?
Yeah, I'm shocked. So I have some theories as well. I always got theories for stuff.
Yeah.
But I mean, one of the things that I was like very much debating, like not even putting in at all. Well, first off, I had to like, I didn't lie, but I didn't go like full bore what I'm into. I wasn't like, oh, the fighting and hunting and trucks.
Yeah.
Go USA. Like I was like, all right, I don't want him to think I'm like a freaking redneck or whatever.
Yeah.
So like, which I'm into that stuff, but like if you just say it straight up, it sounds a certain way.
Yeah.
So I didn't want to do that. But one thing I did put was, it was like, I forget what the question was, but it was something like, name 3 things about you that are like insanely interesting or whatever. Like it was like maybe like something like 3 things that are crazy interesting that somebody want to know about you. And I said something, and then I was like, I've golfed with the U.S. president, blah blah blah. And so then I was like, because in my mind I was thinking, I was like, that's pretty dope. Like that's a pretty cool thing.
Yeah.
But then I'm figuring like they probably were like libs.
Yeah.
That's exactly what I was thinking.
I'm pretty positive you screwed us.
I thought I shouldn't have put that in, but I was like, I'm not going to not put that in.
I was thinking that anyway. I was like, I think we're too like
masculine,
straight up American conservative.
But that's great. That's like what makes good TV. It's like they got to take their emotions out of it.
I know, but like that's the only possibility in my mind, because
they're just like, frick these guys.
Yeah.
We don't want any like, and I'm like, all right, well,
yeah. So
that's what I feel like the media, you don't really have that in the media right now.
Yeah.
Like in those type of scenario shows, everybody's like soft and empathy, accepting this, that, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
And like, I don't know. I just think they probably didn't want
Yeah, I'm curious to see.
They didn't want that much testosterone in the building.
Yeah, and it's like then they just would have had to give out all of the actual prizes. I think they're trying to like set up a show where they don't have a clear winner. But I'm curious to see who are like the actual duos they choose.
I'm interested.
That's going to tell a lot about
it. Will, yeah.
Did you see any of the other people that like apply?
We just put our application in, but I just don't know how you couldn't.
Yeah.
Especially like you look at our social medias.
Yeah.
You'd be like, all right, yeah.
And they also sought me
and they
out.
reached out to him.
So I'm like, well, don't freaking reach out to me.
Don't tease me.
Yeah. And then
like that.
Then just freaking not accept us.
You weren't married the last time they hit you up, obviously.
I wasn't. Yeah.
I don't think that it was not a dating show though.
No, I made it very clear that she was like, "Don't worry." Yeah, I should have just called you my partner and left it at that,
dude. If we would have just left it at that, we'd definitely be on.
Yeah,
no, for sure.
But that's true.
I think we kept it general enough. But yeah, so that was like, I thought for sure we were doing it, and then wasn't meant to be. So
dang, well, we're gonna get on something.
Yeah,
we got to.
Yeah, but we were gonna go on and just not tell anybody, and then just be watching the show.
Yeah,
and then people are like, "Wait,
what the hell?" Yeah, maybe they didn't think we'd be good at trivia.
No, I don't think they give a crap about who's good at trivia.
I don't think that's the point.
Well, I'm sick at trivia.
I don't think they want you to be good. I think they just want us to be entertaining, and they were basically like, it's less about the trivia and more about you two like talking it out. And I'm like, that's gonna be extremely entertaining. Yeah.
Bunch of ladies sitting in a circle.
Yeah, so we'll see when it comes out.
Yeah, no, we probably if we didn't get selected, it was not for us.
No, definitely not.
Yeah, if you could go on any show, what would you pick?
Probably like
reality show.
Oh, reality show is way different.
Well, yeah, like
or game show,
game show or reality show, either way. But like not like a
game show. I'm thinking like Jeopardy.
Like if you were gonna say like Game of Thrones,
that's what I thought he was gonna say.
You're like, yeah, I would like to be the main character. I'd like to be the main character.
I'd like to be Thor.
I'd
like to be the wall.
Yeah, yeah.
Reality show.
You mean the mountain?
The mountain.
The wall.
No, definitely Beast Games. Biggest.
Yeah, Beast Games or game show or excuse me, reality show or game show. Yeah, Beast Games would be fun. But Beast Games is a little tough because you could just get rocked first round and have like no chance.
I would love for us to go on Fear Factor.
Yeah, I bet you want to eat those bull testicles. You liver king freaking.
Like, I'm just here for the testosterone, the free testosterone.
Is that still going or no?
I don't think so.
Yeah.
But Joe Rogan hosted that, didn't he?
Yeah, it was on
how he got big.
Barbershop the other day, and I was like,
was it?
Dang, this would have been a good
Fear
show.
Factor was dope.
Yeah.
I didn't the eating and the like the nasty stuff, that's all you.
Yeah.
I would have done the other stuff.
The spiders and snakes.
The snakes I'm fine with. I could do snakes. I just don't want to like eat anything or like whatever.
Yeah.
Some of the stuff they go real crazy with it.
Yeah, yeah.
Yo, there was a new show that was real dope. Frick, what was it called? But the host, it was on Netflix. It was called Camp something, I think. But they took a bunch of people from other reality shows.
Mm-hmm. Battle Camp,
yeah. I've told you about this, I think. So they took a bunch of people from other shows like Cheer and what's like all the like dating shows and stuff that Netflix do.
Too Hot to Handle.
Squid
Game.
Yeah, Squid Games. Yeah. And they basically formed them in teams and had them do challenges and stuff. And then with the elimination, they eliminated people one by one. But the way they eliminated them was for every like successful challenge for every time you're unsuccessful in a challenge, your name goes on this wheel. And it's like a Wheel of Fortune wheel. And you could have your name up there 5 times, or you could have your name up there 0 times. And like then everybody votes, and each vote counts as one section for your name on the board, and then they spin it.
Dang.
And then you could have one. Somebody else could have 18, and you could have 1. And if it lands on you, you're done.
Dang.
Yeah, bro. So it's like way more chance based.
Yeah.
But you give yourself the best chance to win if you win the challenges, and then you have to have good relationships too because you don't want people to vote for you. So it's crazy. It's a pretty cool concept.
That is a good concept.
Yeah. One of the ones they had them do, one of the challenges was they had see how many steps they could do in an hour.
Oh, wow.
It was just like max steps for an hour, and they just had a pedometer on their ankle, and one girl did like 9,000.
Jeez.
Yeah. The other one that was cool too was like you had to sit in a cold tub, and so they had them sit in a cold tub, and it was like whoever lasts the longest sitting in the cold tub, and then if you went 5 minutes, you just had to go head under and just hold your breath, and whoever came out first was done. I
feel like 5 minutes isn't that bad.
Well,
Did most of them hit that?
They all did.
Okay,
they all hit
that's
the
what I was
first
gonna
5
say.
minutes, and then they went under, and it was like
Yeah, who can hold their breath?
who can hold their breath the longest, but in the freezing cold water.
Dang, that's tough. Yeah.
Yeah, that one. There was a bunch of good challenges. The one was like a nasty eating gross stuff, and that girl was there was like 2 girls and a dude, and the girls were just like, no,
Yeah.
I'm out.
Dang.
Yeah.
That's
Yo,
like the one show. If you like, they ask you a question. If you don't want to answer it, you have to eat like gross food.
Yeah.
I can't remember what it was called. It was like spill your
that.
guts or something.
oh,
else.
ew,
Yeah.
Yeah, it was bad.
Yo,
but they would
there's
ask them like some legit questions, and they'd be
Yeah.
like, "No."
There's some crazy highlights of those ones that are like, you go up and it's like you put somebody on the spot and they take a lie detector test, and if they tell the truth, they get the money, and if they
Yeah.
lie, they don't.
Oh, really?
And like people were finding out that they were like not their real parents and
Oh.
like crazy stuff. Like,
Wow.
yeah, you guys haven't seen this?
No.
No, what's it? Do you remember what it's
I
called?
don't know. It was something about like it was something to do with a lie detector, and it was like, all right, first question. It was like
Lie detector.
Who's your best-
The moment of truth.
moment of truth. Yeah, it was like the first question. It would be like, it would be super easy. It would be like, who's your longest childhood friend? And then it would be like, oh, this person, blah blah blah. And then it'd be like, all right, next question. What is like? Is there? It would just get progressively
Yeah,
crazier, and then it would be like they would have kind of screened these people so they know. So then they ask the specific like
Dang.
deepest darkest secrets of their life for like $1 million.
That's crazy.
Crazy,
Dude,
yeah.
you gotta listen to this. On the 5th episode, which aired on February 25th, 2008, contestant Lauren Clary truthfully admitted over the course of play that she had been fired for stealing money from her employer. She believed that her ex-boyfriend who was present and asked this question is the man she should be married to, and that since her wedding day 2 years earlier, she had sexual relationships with someone other than her husband. After truthfully admitting to these actions, with her mother staring furiously at her and her husband sitting with his head in his hands, she was eliminated for saying yes on the question of whether she believes she's a good person.
Oh. That's dark.
That's crazy.
Yeah, bro, it got crazy dark.
Jeez.
Yeah, no, it got real dark real quick.
I can't believe they
I just
released
can't
that.
believe that you would go on the show.
Yeah, I wonder what how that vetting process was.
Imagine the last question for $1 million. Do you believe you're a good person? Yes. $0 to you, sucker. A real crazy one that I was watching. Shoot, what is it? It's Temptation Island.
Dude,
Crazy.
me and my girlfriend watched that show. Awful.
It's
That
a
was
great show.
Oh, great. But like you knew walking into it.
You're just feeling it for
Yeah.
these people just going through it.
It's bad.
Have I told you the concept?
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's like 4 couples. Then they switch out. They each go to different houses. So it's all the girls in one house, all the guys, and then they just bring in 15 freaking dudes or chicks to try to tempt them. Yo, did I tell you about the end of what happened with the newest season and the one dude? Bro, this is crazy. So the one dude had been dating this guy, was married, divorced his wife. He was real young. He was like in his early
18, I think.
He got married at 18, was
Yeah.
married for 5 years, divorced his wife, started dating this chick who he met at a bar. She was the bartender. Then like a month later, and then literally went from being divorced to a month later with this chick. Was dating her for like 3 years, right? So it's obviously a great situation. So they're all freaking there, and he's like, they're just at each other from the jump. Like she's just at his neck, and he's just like, whatever. Like you can tell they're ready to be separate, but they still have like that fire. So they're still like you could tell they're like a little into each other, but it's not going to work. So the chicks roll up and they're all like decked out, right? And she's like, which chick? She's like, who's your number one? Like right away. And he's like, that girl. She's unbelievable. Like just hyping this chick up right to his girlfriend's face. And she's like, you mother effer. Like immediately gets pissed. So then they leave. They come back and they're like, all right, we're going to set ground rules before we separate. So they're like, no touching, no kissing, no nothing. Like you can't do anything. And so they leave. They go separate. Immediately this dude is like with this other chick, but like he's being fairly respectful at the beginning, but he basically ends up just like with this new chick. And this new chick is like, they're all about each other. They're doing their whole thing. And the whole season goes. At the end, you either decide, I'm going to leave with my original partner, I'm going to leave with my new partner, or I'm going to leave single. And so the dude and his original partner break up. Then he says he wants to leave with the new chick. So he leaves with the new chick, and she's like furious. But she grew a lot, and it was good. It was like actually like you throughout the season you realize like this is actually good for them. Like they just need to break it off because these people are not good for each other for the most part.
Yeah.
And so they break it off. He's with this new chick. So they leave. Bro. So he finds out this new chick was an OnlyFans model. She didn't tell him. And then he like kind of breaks up with her. So this is all on social media now. It's like not on the show anymore. This is just like hearsay, social media. They're going at each other.
Oh, so you're deep.
Yeah. I found this out later.
I also found this out later.
So because you want to keep up with these people. You're like, oh, where are they at now? And then she's like, I never liked him. I literally just played the game like it was all fake. It was all this or that, blah blah blah. It was crazy. And so like he totally like broke up with this girl, left with this other chick, and then she was like, "Yeah, I never actually liked you. You're gross." And he was like, "You're an OnlyFans model." Yeah. Like it was crazy.
Well, because when they could actually start talking about the show, the first thing that guy posted was a picture of him with another chick, like not the one from the show. But apparently, so I did hear that on the show when they had like this tent that they could go into, and it would just like
it was like the free for all tent.
Yeah, and
where there was no cameras.
Yeah, no cameras, and apparently that she told him that she was an OnlyFans model.
There.
Yeah, but he was like,
what does that mean?
Yeah,
how into it are you?
Well, yeah, and then,
how much do you make?
And then he was like, well, it's gonna look really weird if I randomly just stop talking to you in the show. So we'll just like play this out until the end.
I feel like at this point in the podcast, we've lost all of our listeners.
Oh, 100%.
No one's listening.
The last 10 minutes, you guys lost me, to be honest.
Dude, it's so interesting. Reality TV shows have become like the worst parts of humanity.
Oh, it's just a cesspool.
Yeah, it's terrible.
It's so bad.
It's so bad.
The only there's only like a couple that have.
Bachelor with Chris Harrison was the last stronghold of like something.
Love on the Spectrum.
You can't hate on that.
Yeah, that's
above reproach.
Yeah, that's the only one I watch.
You can't hate on that.
That's what you watch.
Yeah,
yeah. No, bro, you got to get into Love Island.
Dude, you know what show
crazy.
I watched, and I'm pretty much caught up, is The Chosen.
Amazing. Thank you. Let's get something of sustenance.
Yeah, let's really shift.
So Love Island, the challenges they do are unreal, bro. It's crazy.
Dude, did you know that Chris Williamson was on Love Island?
No, he was
really.
Not. What
yes.
season?
Oh, I
gotta watch.
I'll Google it right now.
Chris Williamson. He was probably like talking to. I imagine him talking to the same way he does the podcast. And just being like, so. I don't know. I'm not even going to try to do an impression. But
He was on Love Island the first season.
No way.
Yeah.
I got to go watch that.
That's pretty crazy.
Yo, the craziest part about Love Island to me is that they shoot. They have new episodes airing 6 days a week.
Wow. The amount of content they have is
6
crazy.
days a week. Every day besides Wednesday, they have a new episode. And they run for, I want to say it's like 40 episodes.
Wow.
Yeah. So it's almost like it's 5, 6, 7
trapped
weeks.
in that.
Dude, I'm locked in. I'm watching the other one tonight.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, but I don't watch multiple. I just go one at a time.
Every day?
No. Like if I go like 4 or 5 days, now I have a bunch of episodes on ready to go. So I'm behind like 4 or 5 episodes.
But you catch up.
No.
Oh, okay. Good.
I will eventually.
Okay.
Like when the season's over.
Okay.
It'll take me another week or 2 to finish. But
so you could end up watching the 40 episodes.
I'm gonna watch them all. Okay. I'm saying right now from where they're at in real life. So they shoot an episode. Yeah. It airs the next day.
Got it.
I don't understand how.
So I'm like
possible.
5 days behind.
Got it.
Where they're at present day.
It's just like I don't know how you fill your head with that nonsense, bro. It's tough.
It's crazy, bro. It's garbage.
Yeah,
it is. It really.
So
is.
The Chosen, Jesus,
Chosen's phenomenal, bro.
So I figured this out like literally yesterday. Is that so? They're on season 5, and I'm like, this is it. It's going to be over. Find out that they're shooting season 6.
Oh yeah,
you know how you can figure it out.
Well, I knew, but I didn't know
what because you
know
you look where they're at in the episode, and then you read the Bible.
I know, but
you can cross reference because.
But you couldn't really tell. I thought it was like I thought it was going to be the last season.
I wonder how that show's going to end. Huh? What do you guys think?
No,
dude, you're in for a twist. I'll tell you that.
Just tell you what, there's a couple twists.
It's gonna get real crazy real quick. But
yeah, and you'll never guess who comes back into the show.
Yeah, they didn't miss with that show, bro. The episodes are really good.
That is cool.
So good. Have you looked at I didn't watch it, but I saw that they made a documentary on the guy that plays Jesus.
No,
Jonathan.
but he's great.
Yeah. Well, apparently it's like it's been really hard for him to like.
I bet.
Yeah.
I mean,
it's tough.
Biggest role in history.
Yeah.
Literally.
Yeah, I heard there's a lot of like spiritual struggles throughout it.
Yeah.
With him?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. Just like attacks and stuff. Spiritual attacks to prevent like the show from happening.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, I remember when it very first started. I watched the first season, and then I watched I think half of the second season, and I kind of stopped because it was like not coming on as consistently.
Yeah.
But they were just crowdfunding every episode.
Yeah.
It was crazy. They were literally just like
really
raising.
Yeah,
they had to raise $1 million every episode, and they would film it and then try to raise us another $1 million.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah. What were you saying?
No, yeah. Like sometimes they would have to stop like halfway through an episode.
That's insane to think about.
Yeah.
Crazy. Yeah.
Wow.
But I mean, here they are.
Yeah.
5 seasons deep, just killing it, and it seems like it's better than it ever has been.
Yeah, it's like a little movie every time.
Yeah.
All right, so back to guests next time for sure.
Yeah, definitely. We talked.
We're gonna get 9 views, and they're all gonna watch 1 minute or however many minutes it is till we talk about shows, and then they're gonna leave.
We did kind of talk about reality TV for 12. And by we, I mean me and Bo.
Yeah,
I love reality TV. It sucked me in.
It sucked you from the jump.
Yeah, it got me good. I need to get back to the office.
Yeah,
it nicked me.
Get back to baseline.
That's my bread and butter right there.
Yeah.
Yeah. So guests next week, we're getting I don't know.
Are we doing PJ?
Yeah, we'll get PJ.
Yeah.
Do PJ.
That'd be good.
Yeah. Marcus. Bo Bassett. You heard it here first.
Should we get him on? We can.
I feel like it would be must-see TV. What if he committed on Nickal? Nah, he wouldn't do that.
Might.
Never know.
A couple $1 million, you never know.
Yeah. Got to show him that podcast money.
I don't know.
Yeah.
After this podcast, he's gonna want to.
No, after this, our podcast is done. It's over. We're gonna go. We're gonna go Jake Paul with it. This is a rough one. If you're here now, we freaking really appreciate you. I don't know why you would be. I have no idea why you would be still listening at this point. But if you are, you're a ride or die, and we love you. And if you accidentally fast forwarded to the end and are listening to this now, just watch the first 30 minutes and then cut it. But yeah, that's all I got.
Yeah, I'm gonna go eat. Love y'all.
All right.
Love you. Bye.
Peace.